Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Come on. Go. While shooting through the windscreen, and it's filthy, isn't the greatest, you can see that it's a beautiful sunny Monday for a change. The suckiest part of that is that after having a beautiful Friday, it rained all weekend. Stayed inside. It was just blah. Fresh week, full week, and we will see how things go. I believe in terms of my timetable, all I have is 11 and 12 construction single periods, which they're meant to work on their own. They can come and see me, just focusing on their doubles where we can do prep. The Year 12s will need their folders, because I think this is technically their first lesson for the term, because Friday's double was written off with the carnival. So I had stuff I wanted to do on the weekend. I wanted to try and get that rendering done on the wall under the stairs, because that's the next thing I have to do there in order to get anything done. Also need to form up a little wall I want to build there, a little concrete wall, which will stop water flowing into there as well. Hopefully next weekend's sunnier. Really need to clean that windscreen, don't I? Wet. It's Thursday. Today is the athletics carnival for a school, so we've got beautiful weather for it, which is great. It's a bit on the chilly side. I'm dressed for success, but I don't get to go. Senior exec have to stay back at the school. Strategy meeting to have in the morning. Kind of works out well, because a dust extractor that I ordered last term for the new table saw, they wanted to come today, which worked out perfectly. That's going to come around midday. Yesterday was a very busy day. I had a lot of brand new enrolments of students coming into Year 10, and first time I've ever done an enrolment. The first one, while the interview went well, forgotten some paperwork bits that I was supposed to do. Gradually got better throughout the day. Very full day. I felt like I was wearing an impression in the seat. I didn't move until lunchtime. Interspersed in those, we also had some parent interviews for students that have been causing a bit of disruption around the school, and a few interviews that I had with kids just to see how they're going. I think my days have become busier than they have been as a head teacher, but it's a different busy. As a head teacher, when I'm up in the classrooms, I'm busy with my classes, and then I'm doing head teachery things around the block and a lot of administration for the faculty. This type of busy is issue tracking and management and behaviour management of students if you can. I did have a couple of calls from staff throughout the day saying, like, there's some students causing a ruckus in the block. If you're able to come up, that'd be great. And it was just unfortunate that I had scheduled parent interviews for enrolments, and I said that to them. The principal and the other deputy got out there throughout the day. So good news front, one of my students paid for their timber, Year 12, and as she was telling me that she'd paid for her timber, another one outside the door sort of just called in, I'm paying mine on Friday. I can start picking up their timber. One who's paying on Friday, we need to order stuff through another supplier, through a company called Matthews Timber, which is a really great hardwood supplier nearby. The one who paid yesterday and another one, they're just getting their timber through Bunnings so that I can just go down, select the timber that I'm going to get, set sizes and that sort of thing. An update that's a bit different. Principal and the other deputy have gone over to see the carnival, but I've been waiting here for a delivery, which was this dust extraction unit. So I've got that, that's the filter, and that's the hose and part. So it's basically one of those things for the table saw. So the table saw will have its own dust extraction. This one, I'd like to try and set up somewhere in the middle so it can be accessed by bandsaw and the disc sander down the end. Once I get those connected, that will mean that this will be able to be utilised by the seniors. They're starting to pay so we can get their timber. It'd be great if we can start doing our work down here so that they're just away from the junior classes and that sort of stuff. Have their projects set up in here and without fear of a junior mucking around with it like they would down the other end. I'm not setting it up now. course, I need to get over to the carnival as well. They were asking what time I was going to get over there, and I've been waiting. And the delivery driver was half an hour later than I was expecting. On my way over to our carnival, it's probably about 10-15 minutes drive. It's almost 1 o'clock. So I got a little bit of administration stuff done. It was weird being in the office without being interrupted and then being able to walk through the school where it's so quiet. The only people around were all the construction workers, as well as having all the roofs replaced to stop the leaks. We're also getting our network capability and Wi-Fi upgraded, and they're installing security cameras around the school. There's quite a lot of them going in. It won't be finished until after the next school holiday, so that's 10 weeks away. It will certainly help with identifying people who are coming into the school that shouldn't be. Also will help to identify if anything serious happens, because there will hopefully be a camera seeing an incident out in the playground of damage or violence. Cameras would have been nice to have had yesterday. We did have a fairly big serious incident. Well, it was an incident that only involved 3 kids, but so many other students wanted to get involved in it. So many other students just wanted to be there to sticky beak and see, be entertained, but there were real concerns that this incident was gang related, that weapons could have been produced. And for that reason, the police were called. When they arrived, quite a few students got searched. In the end, it was not a big deal, but not being able to get the other students inside and into safety because they didn't want to be. They didn't want to be put inside. They didn't want to be told to go inside. Sorry, when these sort of things happen, you have to go into lockdown. That was yesterday. Today's a new day. I'm almost where I need to be. Friday. It's another beautiful day. I hope this weather travels into the weekend. Left just a little bit earlier, not as early as I wanted to. I have double Year 12 construction today. I want to make the best use of that time. There's still another assessment that they have to do as part of the current cluster, where they've done the kitchen cabinet. The other part of the joinery is they have to build a half-height wall with a doorway in it, and then construct a frame and panel door to go inside that door frame by putting in the door jamb and everything. I'm just going to stop at Bunnings on the way down and grab a stack of 70 by 35 framing timbers, 2400 long, 8 foot. Then they can work from the plan to begin the wall. In terms of the material needed for the door jamb and the door, I can prep that hopefully before the next lesson. Wall framing shouldn't take that long. I'll get them to work in small groups, because if I just get them to work in one group, there'll be a lot who'll just sit aside and do nothing. They need to all be involved. With the cabinetry, they did all get involved, which was good. So quick stop off, 10 2400 70 by 35s. That'll be enough for them to start. But look at the plan, I'm pretty sure that the wall's not longer than 1200, so one piece each to do the top and bottom plate. I think the wall was about maybe 900 high. So they're 800 and something studs. From memory, the plan has 4, so they'll need at least 2 to do that, and they'll get some noggins out of that. But if I need more, I can grab more later, but at least this gives them a starting point so that the crack lessons aren't a wasted crack. One thing that is concerning me at the moment, and it's nothing to do with classes, talking to other workmates who had COVID, one said, yeah, a lot of people say the second time you get it is like the worst, and I went, well, I don't want to get it a second time because the first time knocked me about, so the second time would probably knock me around even more. One did mention a really persistent cough that did nothing, and I've got that. It's a very dry cough, and it's when it does it, it's like I'm trying to cough my lung out. I'm trying to expel enough air to push it up and out of the throat. Something which I don't know whether it's directly related or anything. I started feeling like I was getting possibly coming down with something again. I had a really bad earache, but more, it just felt blocked, which made Monday, Tuesday hard at work. They're still blocked. They're muffling my tinnitus, which is nice. Wednesday night, I had a really bad cough as I was walking out of the laundry, and the pressure build-up from the cough was enough to mess with my balance and equilibrium, and I almost fell over. And that happened a few times, and I'm going, this ain't cool. They're not as sore today, but they're still blocked. Let's see how that pans out, eh? So I've managed to finally be up in the workshop. I just had year 12 for their double, 2 and 3. That's part of their plan. They're building a small wall, and then I have to build a door and a door jamb to go in that section. The timber I bought this morning, we've gotten 2 groups started. There wasn't the whole class, not here. They've got all the material cut, and I should hopefully have them in a week's time on the Friday. They can start assembling. When they assemble it, we'll have them standing outside so they're out of the way, just like a house frame. They'll be outdoors. Should have year 11 next Tuesday, so I'm going to see if I might be able to get some of their plywood material ready for their practical project, which is the toolbox.